Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new Disney in Detail vlog, and today I'm off to Hollywood Studios to the brand new Christmas event Jollywood Nights. I've seen some very mixed reviews so far, so I'm really interested to experience it for myself, see what I think, whether I think it's worth the money. I'm going to take you guys with me and show you everything that I get to experience. Hopefully I will get to do a couple of attractions in there as well, because Hollywood Studios can be difficult to get into the lines on a regular day. It can be quite busy, so I'm hopeful that there will be time to maybe ride Slinky Dog Dash and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway at least. My outfit today is quite Christmassy. I have these very beautiful Christmas ears from Magic Maker Ears. These are very kindly gifted, and this dress that I have on is a very Christmassy green dress. This is from Pour Moi. It does have long sleeves because it is a bit cooler today. I'm completely obsessed with this dress. I'll probably wear it on Christmas Day as well. I'll link it below for you. I'm about to leave, but I did just run down to reception first, and thank goodness the charger has arrived for my MacBook, so I can finally get on with editing Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I've designated tomorrow as kind of a day off, but not a day off because I'll be editing, but I want to get that video up. You guys will have seen that by now. It's a slightly later start today because I did have a late night. Last night I was in Epcot for the debut of Luminous, which is the new fireworks show. It was amazing, and all the new gardens and everything in Epcot, so if you haven't seen that vlog I will link it below. So today's going to be another kind of afternoon and evening vlog. I do have a reservation at Sci-Fi Dine-In when I first get to Hollywood Studios. I've eaten there lots of times before. That wasn't particularly with the vlog in mind. It's just that I need to eat something I haven't eaten yet today, and I do find it difficult to find stuff that I like at Hollywood Studios, as I mentioned the other day. So I just have a reservation there before the party starts, and then I'll be looking into everything that Jollywood Nights has to offer. So stay tuned and I'm gonna get going. And just to let you know, with the Ubers, I found the cost most of the time to be $10 to $12. I think if you're going to Animal Kingdom, that's the closest, and Catherine was saying that was even a little bit cheaper sometimes. But if you bank on it being like around $10 to go most places in Disney from here, so that's really not too bad, especially if you're sharing the cost with someone. But even if not, that's not too bad. Definitely a lot cheaper than coming from International Drive or somewhere a bit further away. I have just been dropped off in the Uber, and I thought I'd just show you where the rideshare area is. So there's various different stops all the way down here, so you just kind of come here and then look out for the vehicle that's picking you up. Whether or not there is sometimes a system where it will give you a number of which one of these to wait at, I don't know. That hasn't been my experience so far, so I can only speak to what I've had happen. You basically just show up here and find the vehicle that you're waiting for. And just to explain where this is, here at Hollywood Studios you have kind of various bus stops as it goes along. There's one over here, one further down, and obviously this one we're stood right underneath now. This is the stop for Art of Animation, number 38, and rideshare is right next to it here. And I'm loving it that it's a little bit cooler today. The weather has cooled off just for a couple of days. I think it's going to go back up again for the weekend. I do have a jacket with me because it was kind of chilly in Epcot last night. I should just about have time to grab a quick coffee on the way in, and I'll take that with me to Sci-Fi Dine-In. And in contrast to the parties in the Magic Kingdom, which always say they are sold out, there are still event tickets available for tonight. I'll be very interested to see the difference in crowd level between the two, because the parties in the Magic Kingdom are crowded, I will say. So we'll see what this one's like. And like I mentioned the other day, there is no carrot cake cookie at this time of year. It has been replaced with a red velvet whoopie pie. Plan accordingly. I'm hoping to get to ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway during the party. I'm going to be really interested to see the wait times. Ooh, what is that? Oh, it's the boat. I don't think I've ever heard it do that before. And I have my necessary fuel for the evening. Got the chestnut praline latte, of course. Here I am, my dining destination, and I actually made this reservation this morning, so you can get last minute reservations here. Usually it's difficult to walk up, but clearly on the day, if you're booking for like afternoon, as long as it's not peak time, like midday, or maybe if you're trying to book for 6 or 7, you may not have any luck. But a little bit earlier, and it was easy to get a reservation. I am seated. I love this restaurant so much. If you've never tried it, you just have to for the experience. The atmosphere in here is very, very unique. Always challenging to see the menu because it's pretty dark in here. I was thinking about not getting the Oreo milkshake in order to not fill up, but then I came to my senses. So I think I'm going to get the salad. I don't want to eat anything too heavy because I think there may be some eating involved tonight with Jollywood Nights. Might need to fit in a snack or two, so definitely I think a salad is in order. I had to just put a torch on to show you this, but this is the Oreo milkshake. It's honestly so good.
A typical cosmic soap opera usually begins at a very ultra-secret government space project. The hero is a young electronics genius who is always busy formulating new laws of thermodynamics and astrophysics.
And here is my citrus salad. I got it without the chicken because I didn't really fancy the chicken. I just wanted like a nice fresh salad, and this looks really good, so I'll let you know the verdict afterwards. And just to show you my check here, the total is $25.16 with my annual pass discount, and I love how they put parking violation on your check here. That dinner was really good. I'm glad I got a salad because I was looking up online while I was in there at some guides to Jollywood Nights, and there definitely are some snacks that I'm going to want to eat. So having a salad was a very good idea. And also I looked at the wait times and they do seem quite low at the moment. So I think I'm going to go and try and do Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway now. There's a virtual line for Rise of the Resistance which I can get into at 8 PM. I am here quite a lot earlier than the beginning of the party, so I do have some time now to ride rides before it starts. The standby is currently saying 40 minutes. It did say 30 a minute ago. I think I'm going to go for it because it's always interesting to see if the wait time is actually less. And in my experience, it does tend to be a bit less.
Oh, hiya, folks. Want to take a ride on the train? Excuse me, you there. Do you mind helping these good people into the cartoon while I fix this here locomotive?
Attractions done before the party has even begun, and I do love that attraction. Like I said the other day, I missed the Great Movie Ride, but I do love that. The only thing that I don't like, I really don't like it at the beginning, when Minnie kicks Pluto into the trunk of the car. It makes me a little bit mad at her in that moment, and I don't want to be mad at Minnie, but she boots him into the trunk. It makes me a little bit sad. Anyway, apart from that, I love it. And Hollywood Studios is starting to get into nighttime mode. You can see the lights there. The camera is not doing it justice because it always looks lighter on the camera than it does actually here. So I'm just going to head over towards the big Christmas tree because they're about to light the tree up. And I was saying the other day about these Christmas decorations. This looks beautiful. I didn't expect all of this to be lit up. And I should mention the lighting of the Christmas tree has nothing to do with the Jollywood Nights events. That's just something that happens nightly at this time of year. It's actually still quite some time until the event begins, but I just thought it'd be neat to see them lighting up the tree. So pretty. That is a very beautiful tree, I have to say. Again, I don't think the camera is doing it justice. The wait time for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was 25 minutes from when I got in line to when I actually got on, and it said 40. So again, it was less than it said. There's only a 5-minute wait for Star Tours, but I don't think my Oreo milkshake filled stomach can take that right now. Last time I rode it, it did actually make me feel a little bit sick. If I feel like it later, I can come back. But to be honest, that ride usually has a low wait time during the day, so I can do that another day if need be. There's also an event check-in over here, so it's 6, which is almost 6 now, so I can probably go over and do this now. This is where you pick up your, I don't think it's a wristband, maybe it's a wristband or a lanyard for this event, I'm not sure. I will find out when I get there. But in any case, you can check in for the event over here by Muppet Vision 3D, and I think you can also do it over at the Star Wars loading bay place. I think that's what it's called. And the check-in area is just here to the right-hand side of Muppet Vision 3D. Looks like they're letting people in now a couple of minutes early, so let's head in. I love this Miss Piggy poster. The Bride of Froggenschwein. She's the ghoul of his dreams. Her hair. So I now have my wristband. It is a wristband, and you do also get this little lanyard, and it has a QR code on the back, and you can scan that to get a digital guide to the event. So you can get in from 7 PM if you have a party ticket. The event doesn't start until 8:30, so that's a lot later than the one starts in the Magic Kingdom. The Magic Kingdom party starts at 7. Of course, I was here quite a bit earlier today, and if you want to come in earlier than 7, you will need to have a regular day ticket, and in this case, a park pass reservation. Those are going away as of next year. here for most people, but at the moment I still needed to have one of those to come in before 7. The event runs from 8:30 to 12:30, so it is shorter than the Magic Kingdom party, and I'll be taking that into consideration when I'm deciding whether it's worth it or not, because it is shorter, but it was pretty much the same price. So you are getting less time for the same price, but I think this is going to be significantly quieter than the party in the Magic Kingdom, so that may also play into it. So I'll figure all of that out as the night goes on, and when I'm done I'll be able to give you a full assessment of what I thought. And they also gave me this leaflet of the event. I'm sure it's got a map and everything, so let's take a look in here. First up, it's talking about the entertainment. We have Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas sing-along at the Hyperion Theatre at 8:30, 9:30, 10:30 and 11:30. Disney Holidays in Hollywood, which is at Theatre of the Stars at 8:45, 9:45, 10:45 and 11:45. That's a dynamic stage show rooted in the glitz and glamour of vintage Hollywood. I believe that's the one that is hosted by Miss Piggy and Kermit, which I'm very much looking forward to. Then Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam is the fireworks show. I believe it's fireworks, maybe, yes, fireworks, lasers, lights, projections. And they did used to have this show up until 2019. I'm not sure how long it ran for. I believe it's the same one anyway, and that's at 12:30 right at the end of the party, so that's good. You can kind of just go to that right at the end. There is the Twilight Soiree at the Tip Top Club. That's over at the courtyard of Hollywood Tower Hotel. That's one of the things I believe people were saying they weren't able to get to, or maybe you had a long line to get a drink or something like that. I'm not too worried about getting drinks or alcoholic drinks and things like that at this party, so I'll go over there to take a look at it, but if there's lines for drinks and stuff I won't be worrying about that. Then Holiday Fiesta, which is a commissary lane, and I think there's like Latin music and there's some snacks and things that you can get at the ABC commissary. Then you've got Sunset Seasons Greetings at Sunset Boulevard, and that's the projection kind of show that is on the Hollywood Tower Hotel. And then they talk about dining, and there is quite a lot of dining and drinks and things at this event. You do have to pay extra for that though. None of these snacks and drinks are included. There's Jazzy Holidays at the Hollywood Brown Derby. That's something that you need to get a table for. There's a walk-up list that you can get added onto in the My Disney Experience app. The other highlight of this event is the character greetings. So there's several different characters over at Echo Lake, which is where we just were for the lighting of the tree. Then you've got Mickey and Friends Holiday Greetings at Animation Courtyard. So you've got Mickey and Minnie, Goofy or Pluto, Donald Duck or Daisy Duck, and those characters go in and out, so you may not see all of them. If you're in line, they kind of go in and out, so you might get in the line for Minnie and Mickey and then it switches to Donald and Daisy, so just be aware of that. Then you also have Pixar Plaza, where you've got Edna Mode and Frozone. I did hear word that you can meet Jiminy Cricket. Now I can't see him listed in here, so I don't know whether that's no longer the case or whether it's just random. Maybe he just sometimes is here, sometimes isn't. I will ask cast members and find out about that, but I'm really hoping I get to meet him because that was something I was kind of hoping for. And also the thing to mention here is that the event photos, so PhotoPass pictures, are included with the price of your ticket. So for example, for me, I have an annual pass and I don't have PhotoPass added to it because you have to pay for that extra these days and I don't bother. But because I have a ticket to this event, I will be able to get the PhotoPass pictures included, which is good. And then we just have a map inside that kind of points out all of those things we've just gone through where they are exactly, if you're not familiar with the park. I don't really have a plan of action as such for this event. I would say the main thing to do at these type of events, whether it's this one or the one at Magic Kingdom, is to pick out a few things that are your must-dos. It's currently only 6:10, so I actually have like 2 hours before the event begins, so I think doing a couple of rides might be a good idea. Slinky Dog Dash was down earlier, but I can now see it's back up, but there's an 80-minute wait for that. I think that will get way less as the evening goes on, so I'm not going to do that right now. Rise of the Resistance is down, I've just noticed. I hope that does not continue for the rest of the night. Rise of the Resistance for this event specifically is a virtual queue. That is not the case the rest of the time. It's only for this event. So if you have a ticket for this, at 8 PM you can get online and get into the virtual queue. I have heard some people saying on previous nights, even if you don't do it dead on 8 o'clock, they've still been able to get into it later in the evening. Other people have said if they didn't do it straight away, they weren't able to get it. So I would say at 8 o'clock, if you want to do Rise of the Resistance, make sure you do get into that virtual queue. I probably will do that. Just be aware that when you get called back, you have an hour to then go back and ride it, and you don't really want that to interfere too much with other things you're doing. You might be in a show when you get called back or whatever else is going on, so just keep that in mind. Very similarly for Tron, when you're in the Magic Kingdom on a party night, you will get called back for it at some point and you could be kind of in the middle of doing something else, so always just plan accordingly for that. And like I said, since I'm right right here, it makes sense to go and see Muppet Vision. I've got plenty of time still before anything else is happening. And the park is open this evening to day guests until 8 p.m. So 8 p.m, everyone who is here for the day will have to exit the park, and then the event starts at 8:30. I love this show. It is very retro, but that's why I like it.
I'm just showing you how you can trip if you walk with your glasses on.
Will you stop this foolishness?
What foolishness would you like to see?
Will you get out of here?
Grandma, the top 2 rows to your far right.
Oh, I think the seats are new. Yeah, these are definitely a lot nicer than they were before, last time I was here. Love that. It's such a classic, and it really reminds me of my early trips. This restaurant here, Mama Melrose, is one that I've never tried, so on an upcoming trip, I definitely need to get a reservation there. It's kind of hidden away back here. It's looking like there's some 5-minute waits over in Toy Story Land for Alien Swirling Saucers and Toy Story Mania, so I'm going to head through. There's so much stuff in all of the parks that looks way better at night. I feel like this is also one of them, and the app was correct. We have a 5-minute wait here, which I'm guessing is a walk-on. And I seem to recall from previous years, at Christmas, they do have a couple of different songs.
A message from above. For your safety, remain seated with
How swirly this is until you ride it again. The time is just coming up to 7:15, and I would imagine everyone who's been here for the day is currently over at the Fantasmic Theatre, because that starts in 5 minutes. So that's why everything here is a lot quieter now, I think. And then those day guests will probably watch Fantasmic, then leave, and then the party can kind of get going from 8 p.m. onwards. It doesn't officially start till 8:30 though. And just as I've come off the ride, I did not imagine it, because currently there is a holiday song. I haven't actually seen Slink for the last couple of minutes, so I don't know if this is down maybe? Oh no, I think it is going. I can hear him. Maybe it was just down a few minutes. Okay, this now says 55 minutes and it says 5 on the app. I need to sanity check that. Okay, I'm not going crazy, am I? Toy Story Mania, 5 minutes. I'm confused. Which is it? That's a big difference.
This one's more accurate. The app takes a little longer to update.
Okay.
So I'm like, whatever you see on that probably was about like 20, 25 minutes ago.
Often in the vlogs, I have had people say to me like, oh, why don't you just look at the app? That's why, because it's really not all that accurate, and quite often I will see something, go to the ride, and then it's a totally different wait time. I'm going to get a lot closer to this later so we can see it properly. And Star Wars Launch Bay down here is the other place where you can check in for the event. So if you're not over by Muppets and you're closer to this, then from 6 p.m. you can check in and get your wristband and stuff here too. And there's some people in line already. I think there's going to be some character meet and greets here. So I'm just having a little sit down back here before things get going and just making a plan of action. I think the first thing I'm going to do at 8:30 is see the Jack Skellington Nightmare Before Christmas sing-along. And while I'm then in that area, I think Jiminy Cricket should be right around by the exit to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I just asked a cast member. So I'm going to hang around there because that's something that I really, really want to do, is meet Jiminy Cricket. I love him, so that's a priority for me. So that's going to be my initial plan of action, and then after that I will try and catch the show where you have Kermit and Miss Piggy hosting, because I really want to see that too. Oh, we have some, I would call it snow. It's not exactly snow. It actually doesn't even look like the regular snow because it looks glittery, but I think that's just the lighting. As I can see it falling, it definitely does look like the regular snow. I love this at this time of year at Disney. So I'm actually going to get out of this area for now. One of the guides I was reading said that when the party begins, this area is the busiest, and that makes total sense as people are coming in. So I think what I might actually do first is head over to the Brown Derby and see if there's going to be a standby line to get in to go and see what's going on with the drinks and stuff in there. They did say that it's first come, first served, and then it turns into almost like a virtual standby queue type of thing. But I would rather just try and get there early and get that done first. So I'm going to head there and see what's going on and whether I can wait. And also, I just went into the store and finally found where the merchandise is. It's in the store kind of at the far end on the right-hand side if you were walking down towards Tower of Terror. And it's just a t-shirt, there's no pin. And I did say to her, has everyone been asking? She was like, yes, everybody wants a pin. So maybe in future years they'll have one, but it is just a t-shirt and I don't really want to get a t-shirt, so sadly no pin. Okay, I just spoke to a cast member and she said the initial tables have been taken already. So that's ahead of the start of the party. If you go to to Hollywood Brown Derby on your app, you can see join walk-up list. She said that will switch on at around 8:40. So I'm going to start looking at 8:30. It's currently 10 to 8. So like I said, the party hasn't even begun yet until 8:30. Once the party starts officially at 8:30, I'll come on here and see if I can add my name to the walk-up list. And I just asked a cast member there, because I feel like I'm having to do a lot of asking. I've not done this before. And the meet and greet for Jiminy Cricket is just over here normally. She did say though that it is totally random who will come out. So there's no guarantee it's going to be Jiminy. So you could get in line and it could be somebody else. There is just no guarantees basically. And I do kind of get that. I get that it's a surprise and stuff. I have to be honest, I would rather know who I was getting in line for, especially as the lines sometimes at these events get very long. There's already a lot of people going in, so I'm going to get in here now. And the first one is 8:30 and it's like 9:30, 10:30, 11:30 are the times. Now I'm going to confess to being very out of touch with the songs from this film, so I'm not sure how much singing along I'm going to be doing, but I will of course show you guys what's happening. I mean, this song I obviously know.
Hello, my friends. What a wonderful sight. Let me welcome you all on this fine Christmas night. Now, you've heard the old story. We all know it well. But that's not the story I came here to tell. Every now and again, often more than it seems, when your eyelids are heavy and fated for dreams, a new sort of story just might be in store. When the mind is a forest and you've opened a door. Like the scene you see here, at a first passing glance might seem ordinary, yes, or plain happenstance. But such wonders emerge where reality thins, and that is where our story begins. As you see, indeed, there is much to be found in the cover of a night, where such wonders abound. By the light of the moon, in the gust of the wind, from the shadows that mask an old skeleton's grin. Was it really a dream? Did it happen at all?
Well, that massively exceeded expectations. I don't really know what I thought it was going to be. I pretty much just thought that was going to be like words on the screen and people were going to sing along. Actually, hardly anyone was singing along, I have to say, but people were really enjoying it, and I wasn't expecting the Jack Skellington puppet that came out. I wasn't expecting the actors on the stage, so I really enjoyed that, actually, way more than I thought I was going to. I've just looked at the app and there's still no tables available in Hollywood Brown Derby, so I'm going to head around here just to see if Jiminy Cricket is meeting and greeting, just in case. You can see they have Disney Jollywood Nights projected up on the theatre. Oh, he's here! The cast member did just say that Jiminy is going to wrap some Christmas presents. He will be back, but Pinocchio will be coming out, so I guess you just need to get in line and you will see whichever one of them is at the front when you get there, and that is the deal. So it may be Jiminy, it may be Pinocchio, at least we got to see him. The line is kind of long, so by the time I get to the front, he may be back. We will see. And I just made it onto the walk-up list for Hollywood Brown Derby while I'm here in line, and it reckons it's about 60-minute wait for that. This is the amount of people in front of me. You can see Pinocchio is just there. So will we get Pinocchio, or will Jiminy come back out? Pinocchio's cute too though. We don't want Pinocchio to feel bad like nobody wants to meet him. We still do. It's a shame they're not both here. Okay, I'm almost up to the front now, so I think we are going to get Pinocchio on this occasion. So that was really cute getting to meet Pinocchio. I do have one slight little gripe, and it's nothing to do with Disney, it's to do with other people in the line. There were some people in the line, a couple of people behind me, and I could hear them telling people to go past because they want to meet Jiminy Cricket, and 75% of that line wanted to meet Jiminy Cricket. So I personally think that's kind of selfish, because people were feeling uncomfortable, like they had to go ahead because the people were being very, very insistent. And I just think that's kind of selfish. I think everybody would have liked Jiminy Cricket, and if you're basically going to hold your spot in line and keep pushing people forward, I don't really like that. Just something that I would say is not really very considerate. It's nothing to do with Disney whatsoever, that's people who were in line. Just my opinion. Next up I'm going to head up to Tower of Terror just to see what is going on with this little area where they have drinks. I think they have a singer and stuff as well. I'm really not sure because I haven't looked into it too much, so let's head up there. So I guess this is the line for the next show featuring Kermit and Miss Piggy. I'm going to try and do that later. And it looks like Tower of Terror is a 20-minute wait currently. So it does look pretty busy in this area. This is where the little secret jockey's location is that I always come to. Not so secret tonight, it's very busy. And you see the signage there says Twilight Soiree. There's a stage here, which presumably is where the music takes place. And then there's a line going down here, which is where you go to get your drinks. So I just wanted to show you guys this area. Just going to take a look at Fairfax Fair to see how long the line is for the festive popovers that you can get, because that is a snack that I was going to try. It's a pretty long line here. It doesn't look terrible. Oh, I take it back, it does look terrible. I'm going to come back later. I did overhear the cast member telling somebody, if they don't want to stand in the line, that the tater tots over at the docks, is it called dockside? The boat, basically, where we were looking at the tree lighting earlier. They do have some snacks there, so maybe we'll head in that direction. Just managed to catch that before I walked away, and now you can see the snow kind of drifting down. I do love the projections on Hollywood Tower, it looks amazing. The Millennium Falcon is 5 minutes, Rise of the Resistance is currently on groups 1 to 8, 5 minutes for Alien Swirling Saucers, Rock and Roller Coaster 5 minutes, Tower of Terror 20, we just saw that, 10 minutes for Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway. Toy Story Mania is kind of high at 50 minutes. Maybe they've only got one side of the track running. And Slinky Dog Dash is 25 minutes. That's very low for Slinky Dog. Dockside Diner, that was the place that I was trying to remember the name of. I think there is a line here too. Let's see how long it is. They have the Christmas tree cookie stack. Poutine tots, that's probably what I would get. Roasted eggplant dip. Spicy pimento kimchi dip. And then they have 2 drinks, a Sandy Claus hot cocoa and a Naughty or Nice cocktail, which is whiskey and ginger, orange, cranberry and grapefruit juice. The line was nowhere near as bad as the other one, so I'm in line. I'm ready for a snack and a drink actually, I really need a drink too. Okay, I've had to get some light going on here with my torch. So here is the Christmas tree cookie stack, poutine tots. It's cheese, beef brisket, gravy on top of these tots. Okay, let's try this. I always find the cheese, like the cheese curds that they have on top of poutine, it's kind of like spongy. It's a weird texture and it's not like a strong cheese, it's like a very, very mild spongy cheese. So the cheese isn't the best part, the gravy on the tots is 100% the best part. And now I'm going to try the cookie stack. I've just taken the top of the tree off to have first. I'm going to eat the star. The star is white chocolate and then it's like sugar cookies and then a green buttercream. That is good. It's not groundbreaking, it's cookies and buttercream, but if you're a frosting fan, particularly a buttercream frosting fan, which I am, I absolutely love, this is pretty much right up my street. I really like this. And just to point out all the components, there is jam in the top as well. It's kind of sticking the layers together. Having just eaten that top one, I have a feeling by the time I've eaten this second one, I am going to be struggling a bit with the frosting sweetness by the time I get to the bottom. Okay, slight issue, the bottom one is attached to the paper. I literally can't get it off. Oh, turning it is working. There we go. What is that? Sticking it on. Whatever that is, it's very gluey. Probably best not to think about it. That was kind of weird. The cookie tree took a rapid decline. I ate the top of it and I liked it. And then when I started eating the rest of it, by the time I'd eaten most of the second one, I didn't like it anymore. I think the conclusion is that I didn't like it probably. I could have just eaten the top of it and that would have been good. I was good with that. But the more I ate of it, the more I didn't like it. So that was really bizarre. I like the tots though. Neither one were like groundbreaking snacks. We're not talking cheeseburger, egg roll amazingness. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I had a cookie tree decline halfway through. Now I think I'm gonna head back to Sunset Boulevard. I've been doing a bit of weaving, but that doesn't matter too much in Hollywood Studios because it's not a big part. I think I'm gonna go and start to get in line for the Miss Piggy and Kermit show, the one that's at the theatre there, the kind of main show that they have. Because if I don't do that at 10:45, I think I'm then gonna run into trouble with my rise return time and maybe the drinks at Hollywood Brown Derby. I think everything's gonna then kind of happen at the same time and everything's gonna conflict. So I think I need to do this show at 10:45 rather than the last one at 11:45. The only thing with these events, they can turn into a little bit of a juggling act with trying to get as many things done as possible, and things can cross over, it can get kind of difficult, so sometimes you do feel like you're kind of getting quite scheduled and trying to figure out what you can fit in. I have to say though, I am enjoying the lower crowd level than you get at the Christmas party in the Magic Kingdom, which is super crowded. Not in every area of the park. If you're sort of in Adventureland and Frontierland and places like that, it's not too bad, but if you're in the main hub area at that party, it is just so crazy crowded. So this does feel a lot more easy to move around. It does look beautiful with decorations down here as well, and they've got some like green and red lighting. Looks very festive.
We have music, we have dancing, we have special guests from far and wide. And now, put your hands together for Disney Holidays in Hollywood. am Kermit the Frog, here with the fabulous Miss Piggy, and we are so honored to be co-hosting this magical musical show for all of you tonight.
Bonjour! Yes, 'tis moi! The greatest gift of all this holiday season.
There's no better place to spend the holiday season than Walt Disney World.
Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy, everyone.
Oh, I don't make the rules. I'm just the talent.
Wait, you are the talent?
Yes, Piggy, this is
Kiana.
and
LB.
and there are fellow co-hosts for this evening.
Our fellow what? How many hosts does this show need? To accessorize between numbers, and I refuse to be upstaged.
I could never upstage you, Piggy. Well, listen, how about I make it up to you by getting you a churro and a Spirit jersey after the show?
Throw in a giant pretzel and you got a deal.
Done.
Now we're talking.
Say, I know. I'll go out right now and get the best tree I can find and take it over to surprise Minnie. I know she doesn't have one yet, and, well, she loves to decorate for Christmas. I can't wait to see the look on her face.
I know. I bet I can put up all these decorations before Mickey gets here and surprise him with a whole house full of Christmas cheer. Oh, he's going to love it. Oh, I almost forgot the most important decoration of all.
Gia, what's that?
Mistletoe, of course.
Oh, gosh.
That's a wrap, folks.
So show is all done. That was really good actually. I loved that. I loved Kermit and Miss Piggy being in it, and all the musical numbers were really good. Mickey and Minnie were in it, so loved that. I think that was really, really well done, and everyone seemed to really enjoy it. There's a little bit of time left until the end, like an hour, so there's an hour to go. I never got called for Hollywood Brown Derby, so I guess it's just super busy and I'm not able to do that. I haven't got called for Rise of the Resistance yet, but I'm going to head in that general direction because hopefully that will be soon, and then I can make my way back over to here for Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam. And just as I said that, I have been called, so I'm going to head over to Rise of the Resistance now. And just over here opposite Baseline Tap House is Mary Poppins and one of the penguins meeting and greeting. Welcome in. Thank you.
Your outpost on Batu is no longer safe. We have transports waiting to take you to General Organa's secret base on Pucara.
You will disembark and proceed down the corridor on the right for interrogation. Now.
I don't know why we're here. I have not received a single verbal response from any of you.
To be interrogated.
To be interrogated. See, you're very quiet. That's not good for interrogation. You know that, right? There's so much talking.
President Rossi of that
I absolutely love that attraction. Rise of the Resistance is so good. Every time you do it, it's one of those that never gets old. However many times you do it, it's just so good. And it's very cold now. The temperature has dropped way down. I'm glad I brought my jacket with me. And I'm going to head back towards the main entrance for the fireworks. I'm actually feeling really tired. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've had some late nights in Epcot. I had the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party the other night, and I've had like a lot of 1 AM, 2 AM kind of getting to bed. So I'm going to watch the Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam fireworks from right at the main entrance. It won't be a very good view, but then I can leave before it's totally finished and get over to the rideshare area to get an Uber before the rush of people come out when the event finishes. because I am just so tired. I really do want to get away in a timely manner without it being too crowded and crazy and all the rest of it. So I won't get a great view of the fireworks, but I'll watch a little bit of it and then I will make a break for it before everyone else leaves. And you can hear some music coming from over there. I think that's down by ABC Commissary. It said in the leaflet there was some Latin music and Latin inspired food. I probably won't walk that way because it will be super crowded with people waiting for the fireworks. And one of the other characters you can meet here at this event is Duffy Bear in his Santa outfit, which is very cute. You can see him there. He's usually very popular with a long line of people waiting. And the Christmas tree really does look beautiful. And the kind of coloured ornaments they have in the water. And there's another meet and greet here. You have Chippendale Rescue Rangers. And also over there you have Phineas and Ferb. Let me just zoom in so you can see them. I do love the snow here and in the Magic Kingdom. It definitely adds to the atmosphere at these Christmas events. And they do have a little photo opportunity here. The camera is kind of blowing it out because it's like a neon sign and it says Jollywood Nights and it's got Ollie the gingerbread man, and a lot of people are queuing to get their photo done here. And just to give you a view here, this does look very nice all lit up. It's very festive.
Get you ready for fireworks, so we need that energy.
I mean, this song is making me want to leave, not have energy. Sorry Mariah, but I think everyone on earth is beyond over this song. I'm gonna watch a little bit of the fireworks and then I'm ready to bolt before everybody else leaves. So I've got my little exit route there. Normally I would stay like last night in Epcot. I stayed way afterwards just to wait until everybody else leaves, everybody gets on the buses, but I would be here so late and I really am tired, so I do need to make a more hasty retreat today.
Season's greetings, everyone! Direct from Santa's Village, the North Pole Christmas Command Center.
And to make sure the site is all jolly, I'm sending in our top second landing team, Lenny and Wayne.
Site is prepped. Patch us through to the big guy's office.
Wait? Santa's not in his office.
Okay, I made it back to my hotel. I am feeling super tired now. I also just realised I'm kind of blending into this couch because it's green. This dress is green. I have weird thoughts when I'm tired. So, Jollywood Nights, what did I think of it is the question. First of all, I'd heard lots of mixed reviews. I know when it very first started, the first night did not have good reviews, and then it's been mixed since then. So I was kind of not sure what to expect. I wasn't sure whether it was going to be like awful or something from what I'd heard. First thing I will say, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. So that was good. That was a good start, off to a good start. I'll start with the pros because we always like to start with the pros. We're positive around here. So I liked the offerings that they had in terms of entertainment. So the show was great, the one with Miss Piggy and Kermit hosting, and you saw all the musical numbers and stuff. I thought that was really, really good. The Beauty and the Beast show they have there as well is always really good, and it's a great theatre, so I loved that and I thought it was great. The Jack Skellington Nightmare Before Christmas sing-along exceeded expectations. I really enjoyed that actually. That was one of my favourite things, so that was good. The character meet and greets were good. I thought they had a good range of different characters. So all of that was positive. I didn't find it was too crowded. That was definitely a plus. I wasn't feeling at any point like I do sometimes in the Magic Kingdom when it's busy, feeling like super shoulder to shoulder with people and just like craziness. It did not feel like that. It didn't feel like it was kind of oversold, the amount of tickets or anything. The food and drink offerings that they had, there were a lot of different options. They had kind of a lot of event exclusive things that you could get from various locations. throughout the park. So I would say like the range of stuff that you could get was good. So on to the downsides. So first of all, the event I don't think is long enough. So it's an hour and a half shorter than the Christmas party in the Magic Kingdom, despite being the same price. So that's not great that it's shorter, but still the same price. You could argue Hollywood Studios is a smaller park than the Magic Kingdom. If it's less crowded, you should be able to get more done. I didn't really find that, to be honest. I found the time went very quickly once the party actually started. I was there for quite a while before the party actually began. The trouble is you can only do things that are not party specific. So nothing that is like specific to the party begins until 8:30. So being there early doesn't really help you in that sense. You could get dinner or ride some rides and then be ready for the party starting at 8:30. But you still are only then going to have the 4 hours to get everything done. And 4 hours was not really long enough to get everything done. So I very briefly went over to the Tower of Terror, kind of, what was it called? I forgot the name of everything. You know, the little soiree thing that was going on there? I just literally had time to go over and look at it, but I didn't have time to stop and have a drink and see whatever musical act was there, because there was the musical instruments, but the band weren't there at that moment. But had I have hung around, that would have taken time. I never got called for the table at Hollywood Brown Derby, which was weird because when I joined it, it said 60-minute wait, but nothing ever happened. Like I never got notified that it was time, so that was weird. I probably could have gone over there and said something and just questioned it, but again, it was a time issue. I would have liked to have done Slinky Dog Dash. That's the only other thing that I would have liked to have done, but there just wasn't time. If you focus on doing the rides, I think you then would miss out on some of the other things. For the show, for example, by the time you've got over there a little bit ahead of time and you get in line and then they fill up the theatre and then the actual show happens and you get back out, like all of those things takes time. It's not just a question of so I don't know, say the show's like 20 minutes, then it's going to take 20 minutes. It takes more time than that overall. And like riding Rise of the Resistance, by the time you've gone through the queuing area and got on the ride, and it's a long ride, you see what I'm saying. 4 hours can very quickly disappear, and if you do kind of stop to meet a character as well and eat a snack and whatever else, it does definitely go by quickly. So that I felt was the main downside, is I just don't think the event was long enough. I do think there was enough to do, definitely, so I didn't feel like I was wandering around with nothing to do. That definitely wasn't the case. So I think they've got the balance right of, you know, if they had a lot more stuff to do, I think you would feel even more annoyed that you wouldn't be able to get it all done. So I actually think more things to do would be a negative, because then you'd be missing out on even more of it. I watched a tiny little bit of the fireworks, as you saw at the end. I have seen that fireworks show when it was at Hollywood Studios before the pandemic. Sorry, I'm just going to interject here and say I'm sorry about the lighting in this room. I was talking to Catherine, who recommended this hotel actually, and we were laughing because it is so dark in this room. There's no main light on the ceiling. They have like a couple of lamps and then the light in the bathroom. It's quite cozy in the evenings, but it's so dark. Like if you need a lot of light for anything, you are out of luck. It's just really, really dim lighting in here. Anyway, back to what I was saying, the fireworks. So I do remember that fireworks show from pre-pandemic times when I'd seen it. I don't really care for it, to be honest. I don't know, there was kind of the bit at the beginning there where they're talking about Santa and they're like, oh, I called him and he didn't pick up and all this, and like, I don't know, I find it very similar with the stage show at the Christmas party in the Magic Kingdom. There's some kind of weird storyline about texting, I think, and Snapchat or something. I don't know, it's so weird, and I just don't really, I don't care for that show actually at the Christmas party, and I feel the same about the fireworks at this one, the Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam. It is just not my thing. Whereas the Sanderson sisters stage show at the Halloween party I think is amazing and I love it. It's great. There's just certain things that some people like, some people don't, and I don't particularly care for these fireworks, and I don't like that show at the Christmas party very much either. So yeah, overall I enjoyed it. I definitely didn't think that it was bad in any way. The other thing that is slightly galling, I suppose, other than the fact that you're paying the same price as the Magic Kingdom party for less time, is the fact that there's no kind of like drinks or snacks or anything like that included. So at the Very Merry Christmas party, you have the hot cocoa and the cookies, and at the Halloween party, you have the trick or treat candy. At the after hours events that you can pay for, you get free like water and soda and popcorn and stuff. There's nothing like that at this one. You had to pay for all of the snacks and drinks that were available. So it just felt like this event was kind of lacking any kind of included snacks or drinks or anything, where other events do seem to have that element to it. So that was just something I noticed. Overall, I enjoyed the event. I thought it was really good. In terms of whether it's worth it or not, it is exactly the same as the Christmas party in the Magic Kingdom. It depends. I think for some people it would be, others it wouldn't. It definitely was a more adult crowd. There were some children there, but nowhere near as many children and families as you see at the Christmas party in the Magic Kingdom. It was a much more adult event. Given the entertainment offerings and the drinks and all that kind of stuff, it's definitely more of an adult vibe. I would say if you were choosing between the two events, I would take into account whether you've got young children, because then I would say the Magic Kingdom party would be better, or perhaps if you're just adults in your party, then Jollywood Nights might be worth a go. If you are not particularly bothered about parades, then you can maybe try Jollywood Nights, but if you love a parade, then nothing beats the Christmas party parade in the Magic Kingdom. Again, it's a bit longer, the Magic Kingdom one, so you really have to weigh it up. I didn't come away from it in any way thinking, oh my gosh, what a waste of money, I wish I hadn't done it. Didn't feel like that at all. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I do think that the parties are kind of pricey. They've gone up a lot from what they used to be, so it's maybe not something that I would necessarily do every single trip. If I was just on vacation, I would maybe do something like that in terms of like a party or an after hours event every other trip that I was doing. I loved people's outfits. A few people had done the kind of pajama thing like people do for the party in the Magic Kingdom. You'll see a lot of people wearing like Christmas pajamas, but a lot of people had gone kind of Hollywood glamour. There were a lot of dresses, so that was nice to see people making lots of effort with their outfits. But overall, I definitely enjoyed it. I felt like the entertainment was good. I came away feeling like I did most of the things that I wanted to do. I really wish I could have got a photo with Jiminy Cricket, but my photo with Pinocchio was cute, so I did get that done as well. But I would go into it knowing that you're not going to get everything done, and all the rides, all the character meet and greets, all of the different things. It's just not going to happen. It's not enough time. So as long as you go with that expectation, then I think you will be fine. It's easy to see a lot about these events, and if you have a trip coming up, you're like, oh my gosh, we've paid for our park tickets and now we have to pay like hundreds more for these extra things. You don't need to. You really don't. Like, it's nice to experience it. You do get the regular parade in the Magic Kingdom, for example. You get other fireworks shows. So you have the Magic Kingdom fireworks, you have the new luminous fireworks in Epcot. So although it is nice to do these extra things, especially if you're on a first ever trip to Disney World, I don't think it's necessary to do these extra things as well. You could just concentrate on the regular stuff, and maybe if you ever do another trip, think about doing the extra things. But I don't think it's necessary to add a bunch of stuff on. It's nice to do it, don't get me wrong, but it is a lot of money, especially if there's like 4 of you or 5 of you or more in your group. Obviously I'm just one person, so me paying for one ticket is not too bad, but if you were paying for like several people, then it does start to drift up into the, you know, is it worth it kind of territory. But I definitely enjoyed both of the parties that I've done. I enjoyed this one. I was slightly worried that I might not from what I'd heard, but it was actually really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. I have a new vlog every Saturday. I've got lots more coming from this trip, and then I have another trip coming up early next year as well, and I've got a travel buddy for that one who is a returning character. So make sure you tap the bell icon as well, and then you'll always be notified when I upload a new vlog. I just want to say hi to everybody who came up to speak to me tonight at Hollywood Studios. I met lots of you at the event and you were all lovely, so thank you for saying hi as always. And thank you so much to all of you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I really do appreciate you watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, everything you do to support me and the channel. I really do appreciate it so much. So I hope you guys are all well and having a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. So says this year's carousel is themed after the DuckTales World Showcase adventure at Epcot.